a little quick review of last week. We challenged the guys to get better and play with energy and focus and improve because it was about us, and we feel like they did that. Then we got to play in that game a lot of people. We got a lot of reps for some young guys. It was much needed. They did some good things, but it was obviously we got some work to do with our guys that are behind and the backups. A little frustrated that our standard is a certain thing, and we didn't quite accomplish that, and that the yardage was pretty low when the starters left the field, and I won't say it accumulated out of sight or with a major problem, but it was little things in execution that we've got to get cleaned up because we're going to need those guys to produce later in the year. And we've told them that many times, and now we've got video evidence to prove it. So that part was a positive and a negative in itself. But we've had a good week of practice this week, been very focused. Obviously, there's some challenges in that we have to be who we are. We have to play to our standard. It's not about the opponent, never will be. It's not about who we play, where we play, what time we play. But we've got, obviously, all those things are different this week, and we've got to make sure that our guys understand that to the fullest.
Kevin, what type of a season is Montreal Adams having for you guys so far?
Well, we challenged him in the spring to with some things that he needed to improve on, which not he was a good player, very good player, but and very talented. But there was everybody can improve, and we made a list of those things in terms of pad leverage and use of hands and holding point and being effective in the pass rush and affecting the ball game. I mean, he's the kind of guy that can affect others around him, both on the other side and our side by the way he plays. I actually did tell him in the locker room before the game. I said, if they do happen to get into a field goal alignment, I looked at him. I said, do you really think that there's anybody in that locker room that can keep you from getting to the ball? I kind of just pulled it out of the air to say it, to challenge him. I guess he took it literally, which was positive.
How has he improved on those things you challenged him?
Well, he's obviously he's making factors that are affecting our guys, and he's helping other guys even when the number doesn't go to him. When it's not his sack, when it's not his tackle, he's commanding double teams and making sure that they better keep two guys on him. If he doesn't, he's going to affect where the ball carrier has to go, if not to the ground, and that's he's doing a good job of that. He's kept it, and he's continued to do it. He's gotten better at it each game.
Yeah, just talk about what you've seen from Mississippi State's offense, and obviously Fitzgerald being as athletic as he is like that.
Yeah, well, there's many years of Coach Mullen's offense in the Rolodex with different quarterbacks all the way back to 2008 with Tim Tebow. And it's evolved and come back, and it probably, to me, resembles more of what they did at Florida in that era than any time at Mississippi State. Now, that's just an opinion. I didn't do a study on it, so I may be wrong, but it does have that look. And he's an very effective runner. He's going to carry the ball often, and so they're comfortable with that kind of offense. They understand it, and they know how to attack you with it.
How would you assess the play of the secondary overall so far? Top 15 passing defense in 5 games.
Well, number one is they're very well coached. I think Coach McGriff does a very good job of teaching technique, demanding that they do it right, staying on them about it, affecting the guy they line up on, and that has been very positive. But then we've got the right guys back there. I mean, Hosey and Davis and Davis and probably another Davis in there too. And then Stephen and Trey and those guys. I mean, they've embraced that, and they've kind of taken it. They've got a lot of pride. They've got a lot of energy, and they're playing with. They're trying to make sure that they do what they're asked to do and affect the opposing team, and they're doing a good job of it for the most part. Now, that's a hard job. I mean, it's a hard job. So occasionally we'll have a little mistake that we've got to eliminate. As we go on into league play, we've got to eliminate those things. But they're very good at correcting mistakes. I think probably too, a little bit of what you're seeing too is every time you usually see a very, very good secondary somewhere close proximity is a good pass rush, regardless of what the sack numbers say. You know, when you start seeing 7, 8, 9 hurries as well as some sacks, the clock's ticking, get rid of the ball, you know, that helps too.
Coach, how's Lamontavious Atkinson coming along?
Good. He's you know, he's a rolling ball of butcher knives now. I mean, he's wide open. And he plays very, very fast and has a nose for the ball and has really made a lot of improvement.
What's the kind of unique challenge of Fred Ross was he posed uniquely to that wide receiver position? I know they like to get him the ball a lot in open space and kind of let him do what he can do, but what's unique about him?
Well, I think probably his run after catch. The thing that he does so well is run after catch, and really all their receivers do. They're very effective in run after the catch. But he runs good routes. He's a physical route runner. But the biggest thing that jumps out at you is when he catches it, the run after the catch.
Kevin, you said the sacks would come, and they have. Do you think the turnovers are also going to come for this defense?
Well, we did make a little jump there, but not good enough. I mean, we need to get to where our goal is to have, you know, I think it's 1 in every 28 snaps a turnover. That's a pretty lofty deal, but you know, that's at least 2.5, 2.5, whatever, how many plays you play. But you know, there's been stretches where you've seen teams go and get 3, you know, sometimes 4 games in a row. And you know, we're due that, and we're working on it.
You know, Deshaun Davis was talking about how it's been so long since the school's had an all-SEC linebacker. Obviously, there's a long way to go, but having a guy like Travis Williams who did that himself here, how much do you think that's motivated these guys and obviously got them better at that linebacker group throughout this season?
Well, I think, you know, the guys they're producing. I mean, you can look at the numbers, you can watch the video, and they're, you know, they're getting better each game. They're playing physical. They're not playing. They're not sticking on blocks. You know, they don't stay blocked. That's key. They're very well coached. I think they've taken a pride from the beginning in that they were challenged. Not externally. I mean, that probably happened too, but they were challenged internally because we had to make a significant jump in terms of production and consistency, simply because everybody thought there was none left. You know, it's what you going to do. So they took that challenge pretty personal.
When Deshaun Davis specifically, he's a guy that, you know, hadn't really played a lot since his 11th grade year, and here he is now. You know, some say arguably he's the best linebacker out there.
Well, the one thing that he has, he's very instinctive. He's very, very football smart. Very football smart. As far as what size he is, like I said to you guys before, I don't even see that. And the reason being is because I spent 4 years coaching a guy that was the best one I ever coached, and he's about that size, and Sam Mills, you know, and so I don't even look at that. And the thing that he has is he's very smart. He's very instinctive. He can kind of run things. They have confidence in him out there for them to get them lined up, to get the checks, those kind of things. And then he studies film. He studies it like a pro. So a lot of times you see him out there, and I mean, he's telling guys actually what play's coming, and that's unique. It's hard to do.
Kevin, heading into the season, there's a lot of talk with a lot of other, you know, defensive linemen. But how impressed have you been with what Andrew Williams has done? I mean, he's heading in here almost halfway through the season, he's third in sacks on the team.
Well, I think, you know, Rodney does a good job of building depth through the recruiting process here. I think that's where it starts. But they're all really hard workers. They got good character. They're fun. They're good team guys. They enjoy practicing, getting better. They enjoy each other. There's a kind of fraternity there that only defensive linemen would understand. They kind of have that. And so they push each other pretty hard. So it doesn't surprise me because we play a lot of defensive linemen, and the expectations that they put on each other to get it done in practice. I mean, they make each other better. And I think that's showing.